can show you how to like edit.
No, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Alright.
Alright. So, we're going to start now. Okay. Alright. Hi, Lauren. Welcome back. How's your week been so far?
It's been a little rocky.
It's been a little rocky.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I would love to hear more about that. This week, I know last week we talked about diving into our CBT therapy and going into our DTR record, our dysfunctional thought record. And so while we're explaining about how your week has been, I'd love to get started on that. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Before we get started with talking, I just wanted you to look over the informed consent and go ahead and sign that for me. So basically, it's just going to explain to you what we're going to go over today, and that you are going to be participating in the thought record. And then if you wish to participate, what you need to know. So if you just want to take a few seconds to look over that, and then you can sign it for me.
I think I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Perfect. So this is going to be your dysfunctional thought record. I am going to have you fill it out this week. That way you feel comfortable with what you're writing down, and I'm not misplacing words in your mouth or anything like that. Okay. So I'll go ahead and give that to you, and then first things first, I just kind of want to get a little bit of background information about how your week's been going.
Well, this is like my the start of the second month of my new job, and I don't know, cases are really starting to roll in, and it's to the point where I'm about to like start to be audited for my performance, and so it's kind of like crunch time to see if I can handle the job, and it's getting a little stressful. My boss is definitely kind of putting the hammer down on me.
Does the idea of being audited scare you, or?
Yeah, it does. Because I try to prove myself, and to stand tall, but I'm worried that I'm gonna get, I don't know, that they're gonna find something that I've been doing incorrectly, and maybe I didn't ask enough questions, or I don't know, that I've just let them down in some way.
So a little bit about what I'm hearing is that you feel like a lot of stuff is just coming down on you really hard lately, but you feel like you're trying to do your best. Sorry, there was something on the table. At your job, and you still feel like you're learning, and you just want to do your best for your boss.
Yeah, I want to prove myself.
Yeah, I think that's a feeling that a lot of people experience, and nothing that you really need to worry about at all. Was there anything specific that happened this week that you want to discuss?
Well, today I made an appointment with my boss to talk about a couple of situations that were new for me to deal with at work, and I thought I had made an independent decision last week and thought that I followed my gut instinct, but when I spoke to my boss, who was out of the office last week, when I spoke to her today, she had a different opinion on how to go about the situation, and so I just got really nervous, and I felt like I had to like run really quickly to stop what I had been doing, and I didn't confess to her that I had already made a process, that I'd already kind of maybe messed up.
Okay, so you started out with the problem at your work, and you felt like you did the right thing.
Yeah.
Am I hearing you right? Okay. But whenever you went to speak to your boss about it, she didn't necessarily think that what you did was correct, or?
Yeah, she took a different route about the situation than I don't know. And so I kind of realized that maybe my gut instinct wasn't the best idea. And so I just got really nervous about getting in trouble, and that maybe I wasn't doing good enough already. And I don't know, it just made me nauseous.
Well, I'm sorry
Yeah.
that it made you feel sick to your stomach.
It's okay.
You know that we've been talking about cognitive restructuring with the dysfunctional thought record and the CBT therapy. I think that this would be a really good situation for us to go over this with.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and take this and set this aside. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to take you back. If you'll just kind of indulge with me here for a second. Take you back. You can close your eyes if you want to. Take you back. Yeah, take a few deep breaths. Take you back to whenever you thought you had done the right thing and you had went to discuss with your boss and you had sat there and told her the situation. Kind of explain to me a little bit about what your surrounding was like. So any noises that you were hearing.
We were actually in a closed office because we were talking about, confidential things. But it was really hot in there. And
Okay.
I don't know if maybe I was nervous, but so it was quiet. And my boss was busy, so she seemed distracted. But there was no air moving, and it kind of smelled like her leftover lunch. Which made me nauseous.
Oh no.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question was going to be smells. So the leftover lunch, you said,
Yeah.
and it made you nauseous.
Yeah.
So what did her leftover lunch smell like?
I know she's been trying to be healthy, so honestly, it kind of smelled like microwave chicken or something. I don't know. Like
that does not
just
sound
some
like
leftover dinners in a hot
something
room. Yeah.
to be smelling in a hot room.
No.
All right. Is there any other smells that you can think of that you were experiencing in that instant?
No. No, that was pretty much taken over.
Okay. What were you thinking at that time?
Well, at first I pumped myself up and I thought that I was gonna convince and, tell her what I did and make her feel proud and tell her that I made the right steps. And I don't know, then I kind of maybe felt like, maybe I failed a little bit, that I didn't live up to her expectations. I don't know.
Okay. How are you sitting with your boss?
I think I probably started out sitting straight and ready, and I think I probably started doing this after a minute, and I don't know.
So were you across from her?
Yeah,
Okay.
she was sitting at her desk, and so it's like an L-shaped desk, so I was sitting on the client side.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I just kind of wanted to get a little bit of what you were experiencing in the moment whenever you were there with her. So, so we talked about you had kind of going into the situation, pumped yourself up, hoping to make your boss proud. And then whenever you told her about what you had done in the situation, what was your instant thought after she reciprocated her ideals about the situation?
Oh crap.
And you can be completely honest.
Yeah. Oh crap, how do I find my way out? How do I I felt like I was afraid to disappoint her, so I immediately wanted to
Okay.
change my thoughts.
Okay. So if you want to write down here, you can put, oh crap.
That's how I felt.
No, of
Okay.
course. Here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Here, yeah.
Automatic thought. Okay.
Yes. So you can put, oh crap. And then you said you were feeling somewhat like you had failed her in that situation. So you can put,
Felt like a failure.
yes, you can put that down for sure. And in that instant, for number 2, on a scale of 0 to 100, how much did you believe that automatic thought at that time? That, oh crap, that you felt like a failure?
On a scale of 0 to 100,
Mm-hmm.
Probably about like, I don't know, 80%.
Okay.
I started working my brain about how to fix it, but I'd say 80%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got scared.
Okay. Okay. So you said 80% scared. So for the next portion is your emotions and what you were feeling after that thought and what happened right after that. So what emotions did you feel at the time? So is scared a good depiction of what you were feeling?
Scared and, I don't know, disappointed is a feeling. Maybe, so that would be like sad or upset with myself. Yeah.
Yeah, you could say that you were scared, maybe about what would happen based on the actions from your boss. And
What she
then
would
you could be, you could say that you were sad.
Okay. Yeah.
This is what you were feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I was upset with myself.
And then on a scale of 0 to 100, how intense was your scaredness?
I would say probably about 70%. I know I'm still a little new. I'm still learning, but.
Okay, you can go ahead and write that down. And then on a scale of 0 to 100, how sad were you about the situation?
Honestly, probably about 90%. I was upset with myself. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. So, the next part we're going to go over is the adaptive response part. And so I know that we have gone over the cognitive distortions kind of in depth before doing this. That way you were able to identify them and understand them.
Yeah.
And so whenever thinking back to that situation, what cognitive distortions do you think from this list? Just pick out 1 or 2 that you think fit that situation.
I definitely felt like I jumped to conclusions. I felt like I didn't want to tell her the truth, or that I had already started processing the case without talking to her about it first. And so I think I automatically thought that she would be upset with me without actually knowing.
Yes, I can understand why you would pick that one. So you can go ahead and put that in there. Was there any other ones that you wanted, or you feel like matches that situation for you?
Yeah, maybe I don't know, maybe the personalization. I kind of thought myself as being, I don't know, as being wrong, but in fact I am still learning, even though I'm going to be audited soon for the steps that I take at work.
Mm-hmm.
It still was a new situation for me, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think I immediately took it too personal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We all always have room for growth, so I can completely understand your sense of why you might feel this way. So you can also write that down if you'd like. So the next part I want to do is to kind of help go back to that situation if it were to ever happen again. So if you were to ever have like a new situation arise that you did independently and you were to go to your boss again feeling extremely confident in what you did and she was to kind of come at you with a type of different response than what you were expecting. Is there an alternative explanation to what you could have been thinking?
I don't know. What do you mean?
So, let me see if I can rephrase that. Or if I can pick a better question for you. I want to know like your response, I guess, to well, the whole adaptive response is to come up with like a new
Okay.
a new automatic thought.
Okay.
And so
okay.
so is there an alternative? Here, let me ask this. What's the worst that could happen if you continue to believe that automatic thought that you were currently having?
That I would be fired.
Okay.
Over one measly mistake.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's the best thing that could happen if you continue to believe that?
I kind of regret not giving my opinion. I think maybe not disagreeing with her, but kind of constructing like the conversation into say like this is what I did and this is why I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe her and I could have come up with a better solution together
Mm-hmm.
than just to automatically think that I was wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, my next question for you is, what would you do, or what would you tell a friend if he or she was in the same situation as you?
That one situation at work doesn't mean that it's going to cost you your job or that you're a failure. Yeah. Yeah. One mistake doesn't mean it's all over.
Now,
Sure.
now, would you say that that is a better automatic thought
Yeah.
going through your head after hearing what your boss has to say than the current one that you have?
Yeah.
Okay. So how much do you believe those responses?
I don't know. Like the good responses?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that, yeah. I believe that I jumped to conclusions. I believe that, yeah.
Okay. If you don't mind, you can write that down in there for me.
I think I believe them to be, untrue. I mean, the thoughts before
Mm-hmm.
that I had. Okay.
That was number 3.
Okay. question.
Yeah, no, that's all. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for you. If that's all you wanted to put down, then that's all
Yeah.
you needed to put down.
Okay.
So, for the next part is going to be your outcome, so your emotions and how you're feeling based on your new responses and
Yeah.
thoughts from
Mm-hmm.
your new automatic thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So, your new automatic thought, so if you were to go through that situation again, what would potentially be the first thing that could go through your mind?
To believe in myself, or to be more confident.
Would it be another, oh crap, but...
Maybe still a little bit, but I think definitely not as much. I feel like now I kind of, I don't know, I feel better about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Less of an oh crap, more of a believe in myself, or that it's not the end of the world kind of feeling.
yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I have bad handwriting.
No, you're perfectly fine. And then you can just put like a number 1 underneath there. So for this new automatic thought, how much do you believe
Mm-hmm.
this automatic thought on a scale of 0 to 100?
I think because I'm still kind of new, that I'm gonna like still be nervous
Mhm.
anytime I interact with my boss.
Of course.
But probably, I'm gonna say probably like an 85%. Yeah, that I can. It's not the end of the world.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, and then for number 2, what emotions do you now feel as you're thinking this automatic thought?
Now I feel, honestly, now I feel a little silly, like thinking back at it. Like, why, like,
Mm-hmm.
why did I let it affect me so much? But,
That's completely understandable.
yeah.
But I think that we're just going to be looking at this one. So whenever you're still thinking, you might still be thinking, oh crap,
Mhm.
but I still believe in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And not the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
What might be a feeling that would arise from that, or an emotion that would arise from that?
To, like, be proud of myself for trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can put pride.
Okay.
And then how intense is this emotion from 0 to 100?
I think an 80%.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for number 3, now, my last question for you.
Okay.
What will you do?
Honestly, after this, I think I'm actually gonna, I don't know, talk to my boss about it again.
I actually think that that's a really wise
Yeah.
and very adult thing for you to do. To speak with your boss about something that is potentially very scary to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that is the thought record. So you can keep this for your records and you can look back on it the next time something similar to this happens. But other than that, that's all I had for you today.
Okay.
Okay. Have a a good day. Have a good week.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hey, that's so real. No, I have to talk to my boss tomorrow.
I had this entire thing and I didn't even look at it.
It's okay. Wait.
Oh, you need to write down like your
Okay.
thoughts. I did ask a bunch of these, so just like do like bullet points, I guess, of the situation.
Okay.
Oh shit, I'm still recording. Oh.
It's okay.
25.